Good morning, teacher and my friend. My name is Kasturi Gasem. You can call me Amanee. Today I would like to present about English in media. The overview of my oral presentation. First, the recommended media profiles. The overview factor of recommended issue. How to accept this concept of presentation fear. For example, worldwide.englishclub.com. What I have to learn, why I have to learn for recommend it for improving my English, and reference and the end resume. Next. The recommended media profile. AJ Holmes. Mr. Holmes is the founder of the system and director of EnglishClub.com in teaching speaker another language and master degree on social work. Mr. Holmes has taught Thammasat University in Thailand. Next. The overview factor of recommended issue. First, you can turn on the computer and search on the Google and try the EnglishClub.com on the Google and click EnglishClub.com on the Google. You can see the same like this in the picture. Next, the video presentation about English presentation fears. Next, how to accept it. Next, how to accept it. English presentation fear. First, you click the EnglishClub.com website and select the block on the top of the EnglishClub.com profile and select the topic English presentation fear and click there, and you can see the same picture like this English presentation fear profiles. Next, you can listen video about English presentation fear. Watch the video English presentation fear with AJ Ho of EnglishClub.com.
Let's talk about English presentations. What is a presentation? A presentation is basically speaking in public, speaking to several people, perhaps many people. When we think of a presentation, it can be many different kinds. For example, speaking in a business meeting is a kind of presentation. It's less formal, it's more casual, but that's one kind. Maybe you have to give a presentation to your work team, your job. That's one kind of presentation. Speaking to a class of people, maybe 20 people, 30 people, that's a kind of presentation. Speaking at a conference or a seminar, maybe 20 people, 30 people, 50 people or more, that is a kind of presentation. Even job interviews are basically presentations. You're speaking maybe just to one person or two people, but you're presenting yourself, right? It's not a normal, casual conversation. You're presenting yourself, information about yourself, in order to get a job. These are all different kinds of English presentations. Now, one thing that presentations have in common is a certain emotion for most people. Yes, fear. Because most people get really nervous and afraid before they make a presentation, and especially when it's time to give a presentation, even before during the presentation. Maybe you've given a presentation before. You know, your throat is kind of tight. Some people, and you're breathing, making sure that your heart starts pounding faster. Some people, their hands sweat. You know, their hands are kind of wet, right? Some people get this strange, tight feeling in their stomachs. And then what else happens is in your head, all kinds of terrible things can happen. Maybe you imagine the audience looking really mean, unfriendly, or you imagine yourself speaking and then getting what to say, or your voice gets kind of thin. You see all these terrible things in your head, you hear these terrible things, and you feel these terrible things in your body. And all together means fear and nervousness. This is the big challenge of public speaking, of presentations. Especially in English, it's not even your own native language. All of these happen to people when they use their own language. But when you add another language, English, now it's even tougher. So, as we think about this, you can realize something. The number one challenge, the number one problem you must solve when speaking English in a presentation is this emotion, it's fear. It's not vocabulary, it's not grammar, it's not even pronunciation. It's overcoming the fear. Because the fear makes you speak much worse. It causes so many problems so that your presentation is usually not very good, simply because you're so nervous and afraid. So overcoming the fear, overcoming the nervousness, dealing with all of these emotions is really the secret, the big secret, the central secret to giving a great presentation in English. I mean, this is the same thing I had to solve in my own life when I started doing public speaking, giving presentations. I had the same problems. I was afraid, I was nervous, my throat would get really tight, my voice would get kind of like this. And I had to learn how to deal with this. And luckily, I have developed a lot of different techniques and methods for doing this. And this is what we'll teach you in our English presentations course. But for now, you just need to realize that emotion, fear, that's the big thing you must deal with in giving presentations. That's what we'll focus on in the future when I teach you about presentations. AJ Hogue, Effortless English Club.
English presentation fears. Agrees that many people have speaking before a group or audience. The primary reason is that they are looking for bullies in front of other people, and to overcome the people has look a fight, and being fearless is not about a lack of fears, because it's about talking that fears and transforming and into excited and your energy, your message. It's like a fight. In a similar way, you'll find as speaker could you be into the right way your fights, and fear is the main killing. This is part 2 about English presentation. Next. Public speaking trip. Talk about what you love and what you know, and organize your talk and develop develop your own style. And next, and make a people's lunch and your can smile. Next, what I have learned from English translation fair. I have learned about grammar, translation, vocabulary, sound, and technology skill. Next, and translation, I can translation sentence is make the audience look large. Large is a great way to relax both you and the audience. And telling joke can be a great icebreaker at the beginning of a speech. In Thai version, การทำให้ผู้ชมหัวเราะเพราะว่าการหัวเราะเป็นสิ่งที่ดีช่วยให้เกิดการผ่อนคลายทั้งคุณและผู้ชมการพูดเรื่องตลกหรือว่าเรื่องขำๆเป็นตัวทลายกำแพงชั้นยอดก็คือผู้พูดจะไม่เกรงในเวลาพูดหรือในช่วงเริ่มต้นของการพูด and next a grammar is the article and presentation article is and telling joke can be a great icebreaker at the beginning of a speech. And third, large is a great way to relax both and the audience. Next, vocabulary, forward, verb, challenge, part of speech, word, statement or an action that show that somebody, timing as Thai, and circle, mastery, noun. This knowledge about or understand of particularity, Thai mean ความชำนาญ and large word to make a sound that show you are happy, Thai means หัวเราะ and the audience, the group of people who listen or see the something, Thai mean as ผู้ชม next. The technology skill, I can learn about technology skill. I can search in English fair from English presentation fair from YouTube and affiliateenglishclub.com on the computer. And sound from English presentation fair, I can learn about native speaker. Ho is a native speaker. He say about English presentation fair. Next, why I have to recommend it for improving my English skill. Sound of native speaker and technology skill is English presentation fair and vocabulary from translation. Next. And resume. Send the picture like this. Thank you.
Q&A session. Question and answer. Okay.
Do you have any question? Do you have any question?
Yes, from the video that show you about the fears. How can you apply for your presentation?
In the video talk about fear of presentation with public, speaking with public.
And now do you feel nervous or fear something?
A little, but now when I watch the video, I learn the video, I can improve about speaking on public.
You think you get some idea from that video and apply now, right?
Yes.
Why do you select this topic to show us?
Because the English presentation where I think that the many people feel same like me. Because when I talk in front of the many people, I like the nauseous and feel get feisty.
Now you feel better after you watch the video of
Yes, yes.
Alright. Any more questions?
No.
Cảm ơn